We are live. Let's get ready to rumble.
Got it. Bet. Next. Carry on.
Deuce got numbers up in the 7 digits. So I'm guessing that's what, 7 times a day, 7 times a week?
No. I was gonna say something funny, like 7 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And that could be because listen, let's be serious. Like in your first 4 years of a relationship, it's gonna dwindle down. Like when the most sex you're gonna have is when y'all are
In the
dating.
beginning.
When y'all get married, that's a dub. You know what I'm saying? It's like sex is something you look forward to. It's like that. It's like that cheat meal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I'm working. Maybe she's working. Weekends. Hey, let's watch a movie real quick. You know what I'm trying to do after this movie, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I say 7, it might
between
be
the movies.
I got me a little quickie on Monday before I went to work. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a stressful day. Let me clip that real quick before I go to work. Maybe I clip it after. That's 2 times. Now I done clipped it twice. I need time to recover. I'm 34 years old. I need time to recover. Not gonna clip Tuesday, Wednesday, hump day for a reason. I'm clipping on hump day. Thursday, we gonna skip Thursday. This pretty much like every other day, and then twice on the weekend.
What you guys say, Primer? Because you got them little, you showing them pretty whites. No homo.
It's funny. When I was a young man, coming close for the story time, children.
I got you, sir. I got you.
But when I was a young man, I would have been in the camp of, every day and twice on Sunday, right? But as you get a little bit older, I mean, I'm starting to push 40 now. It becomes less of a focus and less of a priority to you, and it's kind of a matter of when it feels right and feels good for the both of you. That's kind of where I've gotten to in my life of, there used to be a time when I was in my young 20s. If it didn't happen every day, I was kind of like feeling some sort of way about it. But as you kind of get a little more seasoned and a little gray or no hair, you kind of, it's not that it's not important anymore, but it's not really a focus. It's not really oh man, I'm going out to get some tonight, right? It's, hey, I'm with a person that I like and enjoy their company, and we'll probably have sex tonight. And it just becomes less of a focus and less of a priority and more of a, hey, if this happens, great. And if it doesn't, okay, no big deal. Maybe tomorrow. It's just, you're not like angry. I feel like a lot of young men in their young 20s, they're like pissed off if they don't get laid on a given night.
Facts.
As you become more seasoned, it's like, it's not diminishing that sex isn't amazing or important or a good piece of a relationship that keeps it together. But from the day to day, like, okay, we had sex once this week. All right, cool. Like, I'm happy with that. Other people, maybe a different take, but that's just my experiences. As a man, as you get into your late 30s, into your 40s, you're kind of like, yeah, maybe once or twice a week, and I'm cool with that. And, your results may vary, but that's just been my personal experience.
Now, the reverse is women, the age that you said, 30s, 40s, 50s, it's like their peak jumps up. So if us guys, we're okay with it. We're starting doing down for this, not just, I wouldn't say the sex drive, but like, hey, it is what it is. I can care less about sex versus in our, the teens, the 20s, and in the 30s, we start dwindling down, like, more of the I don't care. More, I care less about sex. But then women, it's like, okay, in their 40s, 50s, 30s, whatever, the high days, their sex drive is like just start at the roof. I mean,
Hey,
I'm not a woman, but you could ask Mika, you know what I'm saying? Or
No. The date.
Somebody to my left just said that's when their partners actually start noting what they're doing.
Oh, that's a good one too. That's when we become that. You know what? That's become the third eye. That's the third eye.
So what are they? I feel like that comes up now and again in like movies and other things, and it's like, yeah, young men are really eager, but older men kind of have an idea of what they're doing.
Right. Quality. right? Because young men is quantity, right? How many times can we have sex? How many times can we have sex?
Mhm.
When you get a little older, it's like, hey, that 1-2 times that I do it, I'm gonna knock it out the park.
Facts.
So yeah, I guess that's a good question, and maybe Minka, maybe you weigh in on this one. But would you rather have amazing, mind-blowing, orgasmic sex once a week, or would you rather have mediocre sex 3 or 4 times a week?
The first one every day.
You're just greedy.
Duh.
That's being greedy.
Duh.
What guy gonna
It's
have
okay
time
if you
to
can't handle it.
Fellas, listen.
No.
Well, Miss Mika, you got to change your diet. You got to eat more ground beef, more red meat. Maybe get on some testosterone.
Well, not testosterone. There's like multivitamins that are really good for men.
So every morning you're gonna shove multivitamin down your man's throat when he needs to work 10, 16 hours a day, or the boss guys that got that Maserati, whatever, that's trying to afford that Maserati he got running around you. You know what I'm saying?
No,
A guy
there's
like that is not.
okay, listen. You guys are like playing off your own insecurities. Here's the deal. If a
What?
female, if a
Yeah, we did the same thing.
female, if a female like me is saying, I would like that every day, if not every other day, I want it frequently. I don't want once a week. I want it frequently. At the end of the day, when we're dealing with, and let's say you're also seeking a high value man, meaning he's paying attention to things. He's has good morals. He knows, he has good drive. His finances are like pretty much in order. He has his own career or whatever it is that he wants to do. And you're seeking that kind of guy, and you want to have great sex on a regular basis, that's where a partnership comes into play, where it's also the female's duty and responsibility to initiate it as well. That means I'm not saying I'm not done. Excuse me. Thank you very much. That does not mean that you're sitting there and you're saying like, I want to get FUCK all the time, like get down, do this, daddy, blah. No, it means you're also bringing in lingerie. That means you're also like, if sometimes I know some people like to watch porn together, that also means like, I'm not a morning person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to make a sacrifice and maybe like give a blowy in the morning. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the ebb and flow, because it's I'm just saying like it's a two-way street, because at the same time, in my experience, a female sexuality goes up the more attention she's getting from her man and like quality time, and if she's fulfilled in the relationship, the hornier she is.
Okay,
and it's
some guys call it morning wood. Minka calls it breakfast in bed.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Guys and girls is different. We just established, and I'm hoping you agree with this one. The higher the age guys go up, the less interest we are in sex. Hell, Primal's date just said, hell, that's good, because now he's more focused and have more attention on me than versus just
right.
like, oh, my boobs, my ass. Let me just tear the clothes off.
Well, hold on.
But then now I got to jump on K-Mo, because she's agreeing with you. So I don't know if she's a businesswoman or this, that, third. But even if she's a businesswoman or not, and then the guy's a businesswoman or not, or y'all just two regular smugglers, I think, man, you chop this up a little bit. And I agree with the communication part. But at the end of the day, I have to clap back on this, because the guy on a sexual thing, if we're saying the guy less interest, 30s, 40s, 50s, the woman 30s, 40s, and 50s, her sex drives go up, ours going down, less interest. So you're talking about some lingerie. We don't, like, real talk. Guys don't even care about it. That's like y'all thing. So now, when you threw that little,
who are you? Or excuse, I have never put on lingerie where a guy was like, I don't care about that.
He was doing it. He was doing it to make your ego feel good.
Like,
Guys,
that's how I roll.
What are you saying? I'm sorry, Deuce. What are you saying?
It's coming off. Like no matter what, it's coming off. The common denominator is we trying to get you naked. We don't care what you wore before. You could have wore sweatpants and a loose fitted top. It's coming off. We just trying to get to the end result.
Okay, so then let me ask you this question.
Shoot.
Would you or would you not like a girl to say, hey, this is for you to tear apart?
Not, you know what? Listen, that's okay. That whole fantasy is very situational. It's very situational, because there are times where you want to have like more, like when you saying that, like you want to tear that off or whatever. That's a very situational, like if you more into like you're feeling aggressive that day. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah.
I'm asking. You said that it's for us. I'm asking.
But you
So if
add
a
a
girl,
you add a
if,
factor to a dynamic.
because it's
I'm
a
worried
fact that
about
I've
my dog
added to my
chewing it while
dynamic.
it's sitting on the floor. I don't want that responsibility. Don't wear
I
that
literally,
lingerie. My
I'm just,
puppies are going to chew it up.
I'm just like really perplexed because you guys are saying that it doesn't matter, but every guy that God, that makes it sound like a lot, but it's not a lot. But the guys that I've been in relationships with, when it was like that time where I want to say that time, but it's like in the beginning. If I wore lingerie or did any of those things, or like I've told a guy before, like this is for you, like you can totally tear this apart. Like meaning the lingerie set,
It's
right? You don't
nice.
have to be careful with this one.
It's nice. It spices things up. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But it's more for y'all than it is for us.
Yes.
Because when a
No,
woman
you
wears
just said that
lingerie,
it spices things up, and then
listen
you're
what I'm
saying
saying.
that it's
Listen
more
what he's
for the
saying.
woman.
You
Sorry, go ahead.
chop the sentence. You chop the sentence. That's that thinking of the guys and girls. Go ahead, Deuce.
It spices things up for her because there's a right like the dynamic, right? There's two people having sex, right? So now if she feels sexy, if she feels comfortable, if she because she's gonna feel more confident. If that lingerie is making her put on a different kind of persona and making her feel confident and sexy and stuff like that, you're gonna feed off of that because everybody likes a confident partner. So if that's what makes her feel confident and sexy, that brings a whole different dynamic to the bedroom than just regular like like not casual sex, but you know what I'm saying, like just everyday regular sex. You know what I'm saying? So like her energy is a little bit different, and that's what's endearing about it.
So you
About
guys
the
are
lingerie.
telling me that you guys don't like lingerie, that you
This
don't
man-
care about it.
You didn't say that.
You know what
See,
man
Brother Morris?
if he would have woke you up and said, "Baby, we going shopping," he would have took you to Victoria's Secret because he wants to see you in that. So that might turn him on. But for most women, y'all drag us like what my man said in the comments. Y'all take us to Victoria's Secret and y'all go pick y'all stuff up. Oh, baby, how does this look? How does this look? If listen, baby, whatever makes you feel sexy, I'm with it.
Boom.
You guys are so don't get the shots fired. This is so confusing because on one hand, you are saying you're saying it's not for me, it's for you girls, and that it doesn't make a difference to us, but blah 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 blah, and that we don't care. But on the other side, it's like, but we like when you put on lingerie, but we like when you look at it.
And that's why I love the Gripper, because we have to have these conversations and bridge these gaps, because what you're saying,
I think we need a better census because like y'all are tripping.
a better census. You got grown ass men right here, championship intercontinental belts. Hell, Marcus in the chat saying the same thing. What basic guys saying all the time is more for y'all than it is us. If you're doing it, and it's not me taking you, I'm talking to the viewers now. If women put these things on, it's more for you. But at the end of the day, we're fine with you're doing it. We fine with us going with you when you take us or drag us or
I'm
just
not
say
talking about that.
I know I'm
I'm
giving examples to what you, because I'm going on a sentence of what you literally stop do sets, and he's giving an example of the the lingerie stuff or just
that
looking.
had nothing to do with it. I'm saying, boom. All right, you and I, you come home, you walk in the door. I'm in lingerie. I'm not saying going to the store, holding my hand,
Okay,
holding
cool.
my bag,
We'll go
holding
that.
my
We'll go
purse,
that.
paying for it. I'm just saying you walked in the door. I've got a 2-piece with a fucking hole in my crotch, and you're telling me, no, that don't do it for me.
We didn't say that.
Listen, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That's cool and all. That's cool and all. But guess what? I would have tore off them sweatpants that say pink on it. You tell me to tear that shit off, I'm tearing that shit off.
Gray sweatpants season.
You know what I'm saying? I would tear. You had Ugg boots. I'd have been ripping the
Inside
Ugg
joke,
boots off.
everybody. Inside joke.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm attracted to a woman, I'm gonna tear whatever clothes she got on.
Right, but we're talking about we are talking about the first initial question was how many times women would generally like to have sex after 30, basically, right? And I'm saying I agree that most women like myself would like to have sex more frequently than a man that's also after 30. His goes kind of downhill, respectfully, and it's and it's great because at the same time we've already touched on the fact that more men are in tune with what's happening, so they're now figuring out what the clitoris is, right? Okay, cool. And they're figuring out like, oh, there's a G spot in there. That's beautiful stuff.
Go ahead. Take a shot at me.
That's beautiful stuff, right? But what I'm like getting heated right now. What I'm specifically asking
Let's get it.
is,
woo! Show us that lingerie. Show us that lingerie.
Let's get it.
What I'm specifically asking is, or what I'm specifically trying to say is, as a female, if I am expecting to have more sex, if I want to have more sex with my partner, then I can't just be sitting here saying, well, you don't dick me down. That it's also a part of my responsibility to entice my partner, like if he comes in and I'm wearing lingerie. Yet what you guys are saying is that the lingerie does not do anything for a man.
You did not
And
say
I'm
that.
really
You did not say that.
shut up, Angie. That it's not for you guys, that it's for us. When we don't, you think girls really want us? A one-piece lingerie is literally $100. We
Exactly
don't
what you
want to
just
spend that money. We
Mika,
don't want to
Mika,
spend that money.
Mika, hold on. Listen what you just said right there. Now, what you just said, you said that costs $100, right? Now, when you said that instantly, ask any guy right here and in the chat, when you said $100, our mind thought was like, God damn, that's a lot of money.
Hair off. That's crazy.
Yeah, but Mike, okay, again, you interrupted me because I'm not saying that the guy is paying for it. The guy is not paying for it. So why does that come into your head? And my question is,
because you just brought it up.
Because,
Okay,
but why does
let me
that
just
come?
answer
You
this
didn't pay for it.
I'm asking
Why
a
is it
question.
an issue? You didn't pay for it.
Even though we didn't pay for it, men work. I mean, everybody works for it, right? But men have we're providers, right? So we equate money with things. So we're not gonna I'm not gonna destroy something that somebody put their heart somebody.
Look at me, I have anxiety. I'm like,
but so when I say this, the lingerie piece is more for you because you have to figure out what turns your man on. Like me, I'm turned on, love languages and stuff, right? I'm turned on more by I could be minding my business, wasn't even thinking about sex, nothing. Come out of nowhere and kiss me on my neck, give me a hug, kiss me on my neck, and you got some perfume on. It's on out of nowhere. I'm on 10. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has their triggers. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find what that man's trigger is. So sometimes, yes, lingerie may be it. Maybe that man really like your ass. Maybe you just got to walk by him with a thong on. Who knows? You know, but you got to.
Maybe he just likes it if you rub his head. That's all it takes. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm bald too.
And I say this all the time. And I say this all the time for the viewers out there. When it comes to guys, two things, and this is me, and they can correct me wrong. We are so simple, and at the same time, we're so dumb in a lot of situations. So
y'all are so you guys are more confusing than women.
No,
I'm done.
You making it confusing. You just made it confusing.
I'm not making it confusing. You guys are stating two separate things. I'm gonna go put lingerie on right now to see if you guys like it or not.
I was gonna say, we need a social experiment at this point.
Exactly.
If you need to see lingerie, just go to Minka's Instagram.
You follow me now. Let me check that real quick.
Because
I got you, Primal.
Just saying.
She's dropping. I think it's a hip shot. But let me respond.
That deserved the gunshot. It deserved the gunshot.
Let me respond to Kay. She says she's a businesswoman. So is Mika. She's a businesswoman. So I'm guessing Kay agreeing with everything Mika's saying on her end. But now this is the issue, and we don't want to keep back and forth the lingerie thing. So that we'll leave up to the chat and the viewers to decide on that one. So comment below. But Kay says she's a businesswoman. So my issue is if you're a businesswoman, so when you're done with your day, businesswomen, just like businessmen, have long days. So how would you have the time to have that guy? What was the options you gave, dude? You said, I think it was Primal. Blow your back out twice a week versus sporadically the 7 days, and they both agreed and said mind-blowing orgasm, blow my back out twice a week, or at least that once a week. So if you're a businesswoman, Kay, how would you have time for that, or even have a guy to even put that much energy or effort into it? So that's the question right there for that one.
So you're asking, I just want to make sure I understand that question.
Yeah,
so
how would you? Because it's like a role
time?
reversal. Yeah, because it's like a role reversal. Again, we're saying.
Can I answer it real quick? Sure. I just came from a networking event, right? So my hair is already done. I already shaved this morning. I have my makeup on. My lingerie set drawer is right there. Boom, done, ready. I'm just sitting here waiting.
I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna say, so you just came from a networking event, so you just got your back blown out, is what you're telling me. And
she says she's ready.
But here's another question too. I'll throw out for the group. There's a big difference
That's
between
going on at the network event.
if you live with somebody versus
Yeah,
you're
they're
dating
big.
somebody. Because you might, if you're just dating somebody, you might only see them once or twice a week. If you're
True.
living with somebody, then you have a lot more opportunities for the deed
True.
to happen, right? But it's funny because if you look at some, it would just be interesting to say, all right, how many people that live with their partner, how often do they have sex versus people that are just dating somebody and they don't live together, how often they have sex? Because here's what I'll throw out there is when two people don't live together, the times they are together, they end up capitalizing more on those times and have sex because they know, all right, I might not see this person for 4, 5, 6 days. Whereas if you just live, I shouldn't say like just live, but if you live with somebody, in the back of one of your minds at least, that didn't happen today, but it could happen tomorrow. And then how many times do we play that game of, oh, I didn't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes. And, oh, I didn't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow.
I have a calendar.
Yeah. A sex
Well,
calendar.
I like that problem because in my experience, I was like I said, I think I remember one, but it's like that became a normal thing now. I would see him like twice a week, but it's like Saturday, Sunday I'm free. And even right now, since I'm doing the whole YouTube thing, it's like, okay, I technically got maybe one good day in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's squeeze in a Friday, depending on how my calendar works out. And then I got the whole full day Sunday. I'm just giving an example. And then, but I had complaints from other women, but like, oh, that's all guys want. I'm like, okay, well, we're communicating, getting the vibes all from the 5-6 days. But then at the end of that week, this is the only time we get to see each other. So why would I have to wait another week? Because again, like pandemic and all this stuff, you might get sick, you might have family emergency, you might cart off somewhere, you might, have something comes up. So now I'm missing out weeks of Minka and Kaysen blowing the back out because that's the once a week time versus my time when I'm like, okay, well, I had a hard day at work. You're not living with me. And the current status is we see each other once a week. Let's make that time happen. So if you're not making it happen, now I'm becoming less interested in you. And then
Go back to the streets.
Back to the streets. Back to the streets.
Welcome to the Great Pill Podcast.